What if the only thing we knew about your entire life was your last grocery receipt? No birthday photos, no Instagram stories, no texts, no videos. Just that one sad line item, family-sized bag of Doritos. That's basically what historians are dealing with when they study ancient civilizations we know almost nothing about. So how do they even begin to understand these long-lost societies? How do they piece together the stories of people who didn't leave behind books, blogs, or a TikTok account full of dance videos? Let's find out. First off, primary sources. These are the gold standard for historians. But don't let the term fool you. It doesn't mean they're digging through old-school textbooks. We're talking real physical stuff from the past. Inscriptions carved into stone, broken pottery, ruins of ancient cities, old tools, cave paintings, and if they're lucky, actual written texts like scrolls, tablets, or even receipts. Yes, ancient people loved documenting taxes too. Some things never change. But here's the catch. Most civilizations didn't write anything down. Or if they did, the writings didn't survive. Fire, water, time, and human stubbornness are excellent at destroying evidence. So historians become detectives. They take what they can find, say a skeleton buried with specific jewelry or the ruins of a temple aligned with the stars, and they start asking questions. Why is it shaped this way? Who made it? What does it say about their beliefs? It's like historical CSI, but with fewer sunglasses and more dirt. And yes, sometimes they have to make educated guesses, or as the professionals call it, hypothesize based on material evidence, which sounds fancier than we're kind of winging it, but with logic. Now, how did we end up with this method of doing history? Believe it or not, it hasn't always been this scientific. Go back a few centuries, and history often meant retelling myths or quoting whatever some old guy wrote in a monastery. No one really verified anything. Then the Enlightenment rolled around, people discovered the power of evidence, and suddenly historians were like, wait, maybe we should stop just believing stuff and actually check if it happened. Thus began the era of archaeology, carbon dating, cross-disciplinary studies, and lots of very serious people in khaki pants digging in the dirt for years. And thanks to that shift, we started reconstructing history not just from kings and conquerors, but from everyday people. Farmers, potters, the guy who made buttons for a living. But here's the problem with this approach. It heavily favors civilizations that left behind a ton of stuff. We know a lot about ancient Egypt, Rome, and Mesopotamia, because they built massive structures, wrote things down, and buried their pharaohs like they were packing for a 5-star eternity. Meanwhile, entire civilizations in the Amazon, Sub-Saharan Africa, or Pacific Islands may have left minimal traces due to climate, natural decay, or being overlooked by early explorers who didn't think oral tradition counted. So yeah, there's a massive bias in the history we think we know. For every famous pyramid, there could be dozens of forgotten societies with fascinating stories, just waiting to be rediscovered. The good news? The future of history is kinda awesome. We now have satellite imaging spotting ruins buried under jungle canopies, LiDAR technology that reveals ancient cities without a single shovel, DNA analysis that traces human migration with incredible precision. And yes, even AI is starting to help us decode ancient scripts that have stumped humans for centuries. We're entering an era where missing pieces might finally be found, not by accident, but by innovation. We could soon uncover lost civilizations that make Atlantis look like a tourist trap. But there's still a long way to go. We need more funding, we need more global collaboration, and we need to care about all of human history, not just the shiny, well-documented parts. Because if we only study the civilizations that left behind big monuments, we're basically judging human history by who shouted the loudest, not who lived the most interesting lives. So, are we on track to understand the past better? Yes, but only if we keep digging, metaphorically and literally. The tools are better, the questions are sharper, and the curiosity is still burning strong. But history isn't just something you uncover, it's something you have to respect, even when the answers aren't convenient or complete. And hey, next time you throw away a receipt, just remember, someday that might be the only clue left about you. Better make it interesting. If you enjoyed this dive into the detective work of history, smash that like button, hit subscribe for more brain-tickling content, and check out the links in the description for more fascinating deep dives. Your curiosity is what keeps this journey into the past alive. And who knows? Maybe you will be the reason we rediscover a civilization no one's even heard of yet. Keep the curiosity.